Hello there, welcome to Speaking of Business. I'm your host, Nancy Boyle, and we've got a wonderful event we're going to be talking about on today's show. It's the 21st Annual Small Business Awards Celebration, hosted by the Small Business Development Center at UNF and the U.S. Small Business Administration. Joining me on the first half of our show are Nayana Sen with the Small Business Administration and Stephanie Royal with the Small Business Development Center at UNF. So, welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Nayana, let me start with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do at SBA?
I am the Public Affairs Specialist with the North Florida District for the U.S. Small Business Administration. Our office covers 43 counties in Florida. So we provide counseling, training, and growth and development opportunities for small businesses throughout North Florida.
Okay. Stephanie, tell us about your role at SBDC.
With SBDC, we help businesses
start, grow, and succeed, and we do that through consulting, training, and information. And what I do is I handle marketing and special events and have a hand in training.
Okay, so now let's get to the celebration. So why don't you take the lead on this, Stephanie, and let's talk about the event and what it's all about, and et cetera, et cetera.
Well, it's our 21st year having our small business celebration,
and it's really a great opportunity to really focus on some positive things and some positive people in our community who are doing great things for small businesses, small business owners, and of course we do recognize lenders as well. And it's just an opportunity. We hear a lot of negative about our economy, but we have some small businesses who are doing really great things. So it's a great opportunity to highlight them, and also we bring a great speaker in so that our guests who are launching can learn something and be inspired so that they can take things to do in their own businesses and where they're working.
So let's talk about the speaker.
Yeah.
You've really hit it big on this one.
We think so. This year we're really excited to have Dan Heath. And Dan Heath wrote with his brother Chip. They've written some international bestsellers, including Made to Stick and The Switch. And a lot of people have heard these books because they really offer some good insights on branding and how people catch on to ideas and such. And so it's a good opportunity not only for business owners but for people really in most jobs. It's ideas and things that they can use every day. So we're excited to have him. He's a great speaker, and I really think that the audience is going to really enjoy it.
And he's coming out with a new book, correct?
He is. He has another book called Decisive, and the premise of the book is, people have a hard time making decisions and sticking with their decisions. So using some strategies that he and his brother have come up with, anybody can use, whether they're working in education or businesses or even healthcare, whatever. They could probably find something good from the book, and if it's anything like his last two, it's going to be great.
Well, and I think the exciting thing is here you've got a national speaker coming to Jacksonville.
I know.
It's very cool. So, all right, Nayana, I want to get back to you because another part of the event, and we're going to talk about the Small Business Awards, but another part of the event is acknowledging our local lenders for the contributions they're making to help businesses grow. So why don't you talk a little bit about the whole lender aspect of it?
Sure. Small business lending is a big part of what we do at the Small Business Administration. In fiscal year 2012, we guaranteed over $356 million worth of loans for businesses throughout North Florida. So it's really important for us to be able to recognize those lenders that are making those loans and helping small businesses grow their businesses throughout our district. If I can just take a minute, I'd like to just say who they are. Top 7A lender by dollar amount and by number of loans this year is BBVA Compass Bank. The top North Florida-based community lender is Atlantic Coast Bank. The top certified development company by dollar amount is Florida First Capital Finance Corporation. Top certified development company by number of loans is the Florida Business Development Corporation. The top first mortgage lender for 504 loans is Regions Bank. The top export lender is SunTrust Bank. And the top 7A lender for veteran loans is American Enterprise Bank. We also have several other banks that, were in the top 10. They made more than 10 loans to small businesses. So we're not going to be giving them an award, but just to quickly recognize them, it's Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, TD Bank, Synovus Bank, Borrego Springs Bank, Live Oak Banking Company, Branch Banking and Trust Company. It's a lot to say, right?
Yes, it is.
Pinnacle Bank, Fifth Third Bank, and CBC National Bank. So,
well, and I think what this is indicative of is things are getting better.
Absolutely.
Businesses are growing. More of them are borrowing money, and banks are able to lend it. So, I mean, I think it's a real good sign that our economy is moving forward.
Sure.
So, now we also have award winners in other categories. Do you want to speak to that?
Sure. Well, each year, like Stephanie said, we recognize the efforts of small business owners and their hard work and dedication, and we hold an annual competition where people will nominate either themselves or have somebody nominate them, and then we judge them at the district level, and then they go against the state against the South Florida district for the winners. We haven't announced our state winners this year yet. We anticipate doing that on or about April 15th, and we will do so on our website, so make sure you tune in for that. But if I can just announce our district winners, our district is inclusive of Orlando and Jacksonville, Pensacola, Tallahassee, so we had applications from all over the state. So we had some really outstanding nominations this year too. The 2013 North Florida District Small Business Person of the Year is Andre Uribe from Orlando, Florida. His company is Power Grid Engineering, LLC. The North Florida District Exporter of the Year is Harry Arnon, President of Hernan Manufacturing, also based out of Orlando. Our Small Business Media Advocate of the Year for the district is Brian Barkia. He is the owner of Advantage Business Magazine. Our Minority-Owned Business of the Year is Eloy Bazaldua of R.M. Myers Company in Jacksonville. Brian Barkia's company is also based out of Jacksonville. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. We had a Small Business Advocate of the Year award, and that is smallbizjackshelp.org, which is a very unique online platform that has, agencies and community organizations working together that help small businesses. So it's a unique thing, and it's really exciting to be able to recognize them. So Financial Services Champion of the Year is Chris Hearn out of Orlando for Mercantile Capital Corporation. And our Veteran-Owned Small Business Person of the Year is Lauren Little. She is a franchise owner for Edible Arrangements out of Jacksonville.
Now, how do you determine these winners? What are you looking for in, because as you mentioned, you cover 43 counties in North Florida. You had a whole bunch of applications. So what are you looking for in these applications that would set people outstanding issues that you're looking for to award this?
We look for steady growth over a consistent amount of time, usually 3 years.
Okay.
We look for an increase in revenue, an increase in job creation throughout, we also look for what have they overcome to achieve these results. And it's a point-based system, but, there are really a lot of hardworking people, and it's just really nice to be able to recognize their efforts. We wish we could recognize more.
Well, and considering what we've been going through for the last 5 years, for the growth and the expansion and even solvency on some businesses is pretty important. Stephanie, I want to come back to you. Let's talk about this event. Who, what, where, why, when?
Oh, goodness. Well, the event is on April 30th at the Herbert University Center at the University of North Florida.
Okay.
It is a luncheon, so we're starting about 11:30. We'll be done about 1:30. And tickets are available, $40 to $5 a person. And you can get those by calling 904-620-2476 or www.sbdc.unf.edu.
Okay, and who is sponsoring the event? I know you've got some sponsors.
We do. We love our sponsors. So besides us, we have TD Bank, SunTrust, and the Beaver Street Enterprise Center. So very thankful for their support.
Okay, now consider who the speaker is. You know, oftentimes we're looking at small business owners to come and attend the event, but considering what the speaker's books are about, what about people in corporations and the larger businesses? Would this be an event that they should as well participate in?
Absolutely. I mean, not only is it good to show your support for small business, but Dan's message is one that most larger corporations actually find relevance in, more so than small businesses, and he's actually tailoring his presentation to our small business audience. So, but it's absolutely something that large corporations will find value in, and we would love for them to join us.
Okay, and are there any other sponsorships available?
Of course, we're a nonprofit, so there are opportunities available. We're selling corporate tables, and so we would love extra support, and they can certainly call that number or go to the website and find out more information.
Well, and it's certainly, been over the 21 years, it's one of those key events that happens during the course of the year that really does signify the contributions of small business.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Okay. So one more time the website and one more time the phone number.
My website is www.sbdc.unf.edu or 904-620-2476.
Okay. Any tips, Diana, that you might have for some of those folks out there in the audience who maybe, obviously the timing for this year is a little bit past, but who might say, you know what, I've been growing my business, and maybe next year it'll be my turn to be recognized. So how does somebody go about throwing their hat in the ring, so to speak?
Well, we usually look for nominations in the fall, so sometime between September and October, we'll announce it on our website, our district website, which is www.sba.gov/FL/North. We might make it a little easier.
I was going to say.
But it's good for anyone to just visit that website from time to time, because we have events that are listed throughout our state. We have training opportunities and just, articles of interest. So even if you're looking just to start or grow your business to the next level, it's a great resource. We also have training classes that are available online through SBA. And we also partner with the SBDC for counseling, and SCORE and the Jacksonville Women's Business Center for counseling and training as well. So those are additional resources, but definitely look out for the press releases that are posted on our website, because that's the best way to get information. And also sign up for our newsletter. We announce things there as well.
Okay, and I guess the same would be true for the SBDC website, correct? And get the SBDC newsletter.
Yeah.
Again, free electronic newsletters.
Yeah, we have lots of great information and tips, and that's what we're here for, is to help businesses thrive. So absolutely, we're a great place as the SBA.
Okay. Diana, Stephanie, thank you both for being here. And don't go away, because we've got a couple of award winners we're going to be talking to in just a few minutes. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hello again. I'm your host, Nancy Boyle, and we're talking about the 21st Annual Small Business Week Award Celebration. And joining me on the second half of our show are two of our award winners. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Lauren Little with Edible Arrangements and Brian Barquilla with Advantage Business Magazine. So we're so glad to have you. And And especially now that you guys are not that you weren't winners anyway, because you both are, but officially getting an award for this year. So, Lauren, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Edible Arrangements and you and,
Okay.
you know.
Well, Edible Arrangements is a franchise, and I have 2 locations here in Jacksonville, one in the Shops of Avondale and the other one in the Shops of Bartram Park. So I've been in business about 6 years, and I'm a veteran. I'm a former U.S. Marine. I served 8 years in the Marine Corps.
Congratulations and thank you
Thank
for
you.
your service.
Thank you.
And let's explain Edible Arrangements.
Okay.
Because if people have not had the distinct pleasure, and it's so yummy, to take advantage of your Edible Arrangements, they may not know exactly what it is. So
what we create at Edible Arrangements is the wow experience by creating fresh fruit bouquets that are made out of hand-carved arrangement fruits, and they're all cut and designed in-house and delivered, and they're perfect for any occasion, whether it's birthday or corporate gifts or anniversaries or birth announcements. Every occasion is a perfect occasion for an Edible Arrangement bouquet.
absolutely, and they do come with chocolate sometimes.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. That's kind of the best part. Brian, talk to us a little bit about you and Advantage Business Magazine.
Sure. Well, my group publishes Advantage Business Magazine, and really it's all of its content. What we aim to do is educate business owners, and like Lauren, and help them run hopefully a more profitable operation. Really, our secret sauce is we try to find those business owners locally that are doing some pretty innovative things that we feel other people could learn about. Mm-hmm. So we package that in this editorial format and take great photos and put them on the cover, and that's what we do.
And I think, don't you have a magazine hidden there? You might want to just
We do.
put it up in front of you.
This is one of our more recent issues. The cover here was a group that won the recent iStart competition in
great.
Jacksonville. So they had 54 hours to craft their idea and get to a minimum viable concept, and they did, and won the competition. So for that, lots of doors get opened for them, and funding and other things. So certainly worthy of a front cover story.
Excellent, excellent. Now, you are the media champion, correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that award, and, you know, what have you done sort of over and above what you would typically do to run your business to be recognized for this?
Well, you know, I'm humbled by it, and certainly very appreciative, and it has my name on it, certainly, but I'm not the only one that produces the magazine, so it very much is a team award as far as I'm concerned. We certainly have very talented writers and graphic designers and other folks, and of course the business owners themselves are the star of the show. So that's kind of how it all comes together for us. As far as what I've done to kind of go over and above, I don't know. I think my strategy for this business has always been to pay it forward of sorts, and knowing somewhere, some way down the line that it's going to come back to me tenfold, and I think this award is a good example of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Lauren, you are the Veteran-Owned Business of the Year, correct?
Correct.
As a former Marine.
Absolutely.
And the challenge that certainly we've seen over the years with SBDC when people are transferring out of the military is they're coming from this bureaucratic environment where oftentimes all you're doing is taking orders, and now you have to go into this entrepreneurial environment where you get to be creative and you get to give the orders. So how was that transition for you?
It transitioned well. You know, the military is just like any other business environment. You have the leaders, and usually the leaders are the ones that are more than likely become an entrepreneur. And it helps you, what I found helpful for me has really been the discipline that you gain in the military, the structure, which you need definitely in a business, and the ability to work with diverse communities. So that's been very helpful for me. It's a transition, but it's an easier transition, I believe, when you're a veteran, because you're accustomed to working in different environments, different climates, with different people, and so that's where that experience comes from.
I think that's excellent. That's the first time I've heard anybody put it in exactly those words.
Well, thank you.
So tell us about your business and why you chose Edible Arrangements and sort of how it's evolved over the years.
Well, I like to say that Edible Arrangements chose me.
Okay.
I went to college here at Columbia College out of NAS Jax, and I knew I was looking for a change out of corporate environment. And at that time, I was purchasing corporate gifts and went to a networking event with just intentions of just networking and ran across an edible arrangement. And I thought that would be the perfect client gift. And the CEO of the company that I worked for, which was Fidelity National Financial, said, if you buy the company, we'll support your business.
Wow.
And so, I went through the whole due diligence and figuring out, was this for me? And I decided, I was going to step on faith and open up my first location. And ironically, a year and a half later, my second location was I acquired it from the person that I initially saw the edible arrangements with.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I acquired my second location.
Well, excellent. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Brian, I want to kind of ask you sort of the same thing. How did you get into publishing a magazine, and how long have you had your business, and what kind of evolution have you had?
Sure. Well, we've been doing the Advantage Business Magazine for about 5 years now.
Okay.
And, prior to that, I've had a background in marketing, publishing, and always been an entrepreneur of sorts for the last, going on 20 years now. So it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy the challenges and certainly the opportunity that comes along with it. That's why we're all in it.
Now, when the economy started dipping a few years ago, what kind of challenges did that present for your business, which I'm sure will be different from Lauren's business? And what were some of the things that you did to, you're still here, which is great, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get over that hump?
Well, I'm certainly not alone. I know everybody felt the pinch, and Lauren as well. And in 2008 was pretty ugly, but I think we've responded well to that. And what it's caused me to do, and a lot of other business owners is adapt and just get better at running your business. Yes. You're certainly watching every dollar that comes out, and just got to pedal a little bit harder and work harder to make the dollars come in. So it takes tweaking the value proposition, making sure you're running more efficiently than you ever have been in the past, and it's all about keeping customers happy.
Now, you do other things sort of under the Advantage umbrella. I mean, you're doing some workshops and some other things, so why don't you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. In addition to producing the magazine in its printed form, we also do it electronically, and it goes out to nearly 10,000 business professionals here locally. We also do these live professional development workshops, and they're all education-based, usually pretty quick hitting, about 2 hours or so in a luncheon or breakfast-type format, where we find a very tight subject that we want to educate business owners about, and people that are interested in that particular topic usually come out. Some of the former topics we've done, we recently did one at Jacksonville University, that was about transitioning your family-owned business from one generation to the next. We have another event coming up with cooperation with One-to-One Financial Credit Union and Dr. Paul Mason, which is going to be a second quarter economic update. So excited about that one as well. So, on occasion we help clients with some of their other marketing efforts if we feel there's a good match there, but overall we're in the center of it.
Okay. And why don't you share your website in case anybody's interested in getting more information?
Sure. Yeah, the website is advantagebizmag.com, and there you can certainly read most of our content there, as well as opt in if you want to get scooped on businesses that are doing some great things in our area and you want to find out before everybody else. There's an opportunity for you to do that.
And Lauren, let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges that you ran into in the last couple of years and what you did to kind of overcome those.
Well, just like Brian said, we had to quickly adapt, and that's probably where my strength is with the military. With the fuel prices going extremely high,
oh, sure.
We had to really consider our route when we were routing our drivers. If necessary, I'd make the deliveries. And then, we just had to streamline and make sure we had the right people in the right places with the right talent. And the thing about edible arrangements is that we extended during that time our business hours. So we went from 6 days a week to 7 days a week. So in order for that to be cost effective for us, I felt that it was important that I got out networks, got my face out there, was able to get people to understand, our business and who they were doing business with.
So what are some tips that you might have for people in the audience who are, whether they're more of a retail or not, but to grow their businesses?
I think knowledge is powerful.
Okay.
you cannot go into business with the mindset that you know it all, because it's a world of change. There are tons of resources here, whether it's reading Brian's magazine, which is a wealth of knowledge once you pick it up. So, I look forward to receiving mine. I get it first. But, you have to be able to be willing to educate yourself beyond your business hours. And Jacksonville has tons of resources, whether it's the Small Business Development Center or the Jacksonville Women's Business Center or reading the Jacksonville Business Journal. You have to invest in your business. And I think it also starts with, personal development. Lead by example.
And I think that's kind of a fallacy. People will hear people, oh, I want to start a business. Well, why do you want to do that? Well, I'll be in charge, so I don't have to work as many hours, and I'll make more money. And we kind of chuckle because it's just you've got it's 24/7. You live it, you breathe it, you've got to run it, as you said, and you've got to adapt. Brian, any tips that you might have?
Sure, that was great advice. I've always said, if you're going to start a business, Jacksonville is among the best place to do it. There's more resources here than you could even possibly utilize. But just a quick tidbit. Some great advice that I got early on was you're never going to get to your goals going it alone. You've got to surround yourself with great people. And when it comes to hiring in particular, define the job and the duties that you need very tightly. Go and recruit the very best people that you can possibly afford. Give them the tools to succeed, and then get out of the way. And if you could, Lauren and I were talking earlier before the show about how we spend our downtime, and if you can't step away from your business and it still goes on, then you don't have a business, you own a job.
And that's a very good point. I think every business owner, and that's difficult. I bet it's difficult for you guys too when you were first starting to hire people. You're doing this and you've got this momentum going, and now you have to hope that you've hired the right person that can keep that momentum going.
That's right.
So, any suggestions around that?
Well, I just remember I once worked for someone and I wanted them to trust me. So I think it's important that, I instill in them that I am empowering them and that I trust them. And until I see otherwise, then I have to trust them. I know I can't go alone, can't do it alone. I haven't come this far alone. Someone helped me, so it's my role as a leader of the company to help them as well.
Okay, Brian, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I tell you, you have to inherently trust people and do your best due diligence to find and recruit the best possible people. But despite your best efforts, you will make mistakes when it comes to hiring and other things. And for every one of those mistakes, certainly look at those as learning opportunities to not repeat those again. But Brian Tracy gives good advice. It's hire very slow and fire very fast.
Oh, that's great. I had not heard that. That's great.
Oh, you'll learn it.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I don't have to hire anybody. So, but anyway, I want to thank you both for being here, and congratulations for the 2013 Veteran-Owned Business of the Year and the 2013 Media Advocate of the Year. I think both of those awards are very well deserved. So I want to congratulate you on that. And you in the audience, remember it's April 30th. It's at the Adam Herbert University Center on the UNF campus. Dan Heath, who we're so excited to have here and have him speak, will be the speaker. And it doesn't matter whether you're a small business, a large business, an individual, come attend this event, because the words that will come from the speaker, I think, will be very, very informative. And you can get more information at the Small Business Development Center's website at www.sbdc.unf.edu. So we hope to see you there. I want to thank you for joining us today, and we'll be back next time when we'll be speaking of business. Bye now.
Mr. Johnson, it's time to start saving.
This savings wake-up call is brought to you by your friends at Choose to Save.
You're watching Public Access on Xfinity 99, exclusive programming for Jacksonville Xfinity subscribers.